All right. Testing. You should be able to hear me on YouTube. Yeah, definitely should be able to hear me. Okay, if for the two people on YouTube, Facebook, or X, let me know if you can hear me. Can you hear me, guys, on YouTube, Facebook, and X? Can you guys hear me? Testing. Just say yes or no. Damn, bro, it's too much to fucking answer. Oh shit. Oh, let's better not answer. He's not a big enough creator. He better not answer. Fucking answer, man. YouTube, Facebook, or X. Let me know if you can hear me. I don't know anymore. You should be able to hear me. I don't know if you can. No cooperation. Don't appreciate that. So let's see here. We're just gonna go ahead and scan this one. It is nighttime. Welcome, guys. What am I doing? I am working on the chapter 0 of my story. I'm basically scanning the images I've inked already, I've drawn, and I'm putting them over these storyboard pages that I already completed. What's up? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, I can actually eat. Oh my goodness. Okay, on my way. On my way. 1 second. File. Go to import image. So we're going to import these two images. One is pure black and white, one is grayscale. Open. This is the storyboard version you guys are looking at. Good. Now, something with the grayscale. Okay, this is actually Okay, 1 second, y'all. This one is not grayscale. This one. Rasterize it. Rasterizing it. What does that do? That's a good question. From what I can understand, it just makes it image manipulatable, so you can actually manipulate the image in the program a lot more easily. Um, Takes it out from being just like a JPEG or something, and now it's like a part of Clip Studio. I think that's what it does. I don't know exactly. Okay, so this has a layer property on grayscale. Okay, so this is the gray. Okay, we'll flip it on in a second. And we got this one. Yeah, up, coming. We're just gonna add the dialogue, to be honest. Minor tweaks. Delicious. Delicioso. What's up, guys? Ah, this is a shawarma. I mean, a shawarma sandwich. Yes, sir. Mm-mm, mm-mm. Mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm. Mm-mm. Well, what I need to do. So this is gonna be the unofficial, uncut, unedited, the raw motherfucking pages. There's X's on this one too. What if I put multiply? Yeah, okay. Didn't really do shit. Didn't. No, it didn't. Oh, made it much darker. That's so. This is. That's the pencil with the inks. Okay, it's not just pencils. Hmm. Oh, I'm so hungry. Exquisite. Absolutely exquisite. Mhm. So we're just gonna show it like this, but we're gonna black out these. Which is where's the text? Ah, cool. All right. Good. Type set up. Mhm. Mhm. There's bubbles. Is there bubbles? Hmm. Alhamdulillah. Whoa, bruh. Shit. Should I just do the bubble stage? What's up, Matthew? Mm. What the fuck is this shit? Yeah, boy. Oh, what the hell happening right here? Shit. Oh, good. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, and what program do you use? What up, Libro? I am using Clip Studio for the comic version. I think it's Clip Studio Paint EX. I got lucky though. I got this like a long time ago before it went monthly. I just paid like a lump sum and then I have it for life. Sick. I highly recommend it for manga, for comics. It makes it really easy to get everything in one place. Thank you guys on TikTok and Instagram for your support. I appreciate y'all. Okay. And thank you, YouTube and Facebook and X, of course. All right, I think we gotta scan the next page. We're not gonna be touching up the pages. Like I said, I'm doing the unofficial release so you guys can actually read it and not wait forever for me to fix it up and then do a volume release. So here we go. Yeah, I've been developing this for 16 years. This story, it's a huge story. You know what? Today I said, fuck it. We're just gonna give them something to read. Let's today we're gonna do a little bit of reading. Now here, this is the storyboard version of the double spread. I just have to scan this one in. Second. So usually what you want to do is you want to have a good idea of what's going to be on the page before it's on the page, right? So that means you should probably do some kind of easy, quick drawing version of the page. That's usually what storyboarding is. So I'll do these are actually more like thumbnails, but it doesn't matter what level you want to do it at. As long as you have a plan of something for the story to unfold. Let's see here. So this has got to go here. This here. Alrighty, put it in. Put that bad boy in there. Dang, I didn't go to the bathroom. Holy shit. Let me scan this at least.
What the hell is wrong with you, Sasha?
What are you doing here still? You're not supposed to be in here.
So beautiful distractions.
Ah! In the bathroom. Well, okay, it doesn't. How am I gonna do this? I think I'm gonna have to actually scan the two halves first. So let's do this. We'll scan this half, and we'll just rotate it in this thing. 'Cause this is how it turned out. See how it's not showing you the whole image of the double spread. So let's go ahead and try that out. Cool. Okay. Come on. I gotta go to the bathroom. Go back.
Sasha!
Okay, I'm back.
What are you doing here, my queen bee? Oh my god, you're on your back, your stomach is out. This is unbelievable. This is not the kind of reality, Sasha.
Timelines will
You're too
contract
comfortable.
down to some inevitable thing. There is an inevitable event. It's been forecast, it's been predicted, it's been fed to us in a slop trough of what they
Thank you,
want us
Mike
to believe
Rasmus.
will
Sorry, I
happen.
went to the bathroom.
They don't
Came back.
actually
I
have
appreciate
control
you for the
over
rose.
what
Thanks,
happens.
Ross.
They only have control over the reaction. It seems that no matter what they try to
Okay, so we gotta preview this one, black and white. No, I'm okay. I don't need more. I'm gonna get lazy if I keep hitting. Shit, I'm already lazy. Thank you. Go like this for you guys on TikTok. So, Maya. Thank you, how you did. Amazing. Okay, we're gonna flip this one.
Oh my gosh, Miss Sasha, my bean! What can I do with this Sasha, my bean?
Get out of here, Renee.
Get out of here with that. Thank you so much. She was harassing me. Hello, what up, Ryan Tail? How you doing, bro? Can you hear me good? Yo, can you hear me? Testing, Ryan. Sir Ryan. All right, sick to hear. Thank you, sir. What's up, guys? Hey, what's up, Art? How you doing? I'm French. You guys are all French. Dessine, right? Dessine is design. I'm from California, from America. America. Uncompleted finish. Come on. I don't know. I don't really know what that is, to be honest. Um, Moderate. It's something to do with like supervising the chat. How do I do that? Um, the hell? It wants me to restart my computer. Motherfucker, I ain't trying to restart. Oh, give me a second. Emulator cannot be started. Detected that the VT function on computer is not enabled. The emulator cannot start. Please enable it and try again. VT visualization support. What the? Virtualization support. Virtualization. How do you even do that? I don't even know. Yes, we can hear you. What up, Sebastian? Thank you. Thank you so much. Drawing is so. Oh, wow. Appreciate you, bro. This is pretty raw still. So this is actually not the final version. We're gonna be submitting this for you guys today, so y'all can start to read my series. Black and white one. So this is the gray one. Come on. No, you should. There we go. This ain't it, motherfucker. Ah, where's the image? I just scanned it. Welcome, guys. Okay, I don't know. I think it might be this one. Yes. Why is it so small? Watching this. We have to unite these ones. Merge these images together. Excuse me. Two is on top. Come on, buddy. Let me see if I can make it full screen for you guys. Will it? What would happen if I did this? I did this. Uh, like this. Is that better for you guys on YouTube, or should I put it back the way it was? Rasterize. Fine. Let me see if on YouTube it looks good. On YouTube it looks good. All right. There's a little. Okay. Uh, how do I make someone a moderator? Don't know. Sorry, bro. I can't make you a moderator. I don't know how to do it. Invite guest. Oh, I think I would have to go to YouTube or something and do it through YouTube. I'm using a stream sharing program, so Restream. Uh, okay, so let's see. Cool. All right. This is cover this part. Okay. Oh, okay, okay. I see. Yeah, but- Just gonna blitz through this. Okay. Simmer down. This one's a little rough. I ain't gonna lie. I have a colored version, but it's not a double spread. I'll see what I can manipulate later. Images. It's not really relevant right now. So this is it. There's no more dialogue. Should be more dialogue. Right? Pitch black out. I better shine my light. Boom, boom, boom. Nuclear halo. There should at least be some kind of like or what the hell or something. I think I'll just put some dialogue right here. Out. This one, I'm just gonna. It's rough. Okay. That's pretty rough. I can't tell. It's so. I think I'll have to put a magazine. Oh yeah, big difference. Big fucking difference. Well, this is easier to read. So we're gonna put this one black and white. Period. Cool. Scan that one and do a grayscale version. Plug them in. And then also have to just make sure the text is in there. We're going to clean up later. I'll just show you guys this first scene. I'll probably do that for this week and next week. That's what I'll do. I'll just do scene by scene, the raw version of the scenes. And as I get closer and closer to my completion, I can start to clean the boundaries. Come on, hurry up, man. We ain't got all day. Get going, man. Okay. Excellent. Okay, but this is the one we're going to be showing. We're not showing the tones. Let's rasterize this thing. Show the road. Okay. All right, so I actually got a good team. Ooh, a little shuffle. Oh, I should.
Sasha, are you crying? Don't cry, my Skavluchk. Oh no. Please don't cry, Sasha. Just so distracted.
Willa, Sasha, please stop crying, my queen. What's wrong, Sasha? Why you keep crying? I think those first two are going to get cut. So, probably makes it kind of double spread here.
Sasha, اطلع برا.
She keeps crying every time I shut the door on her. Oh, what can I do? Hey, what's up, Sergio? Maybe nice bit of double spread there. I don't have a chapter cover. Actually, I should make one. Should make one for this. Okay, so this is actually going to be blank then. Now we can use this one. It's like the pencils version of it as a placeholder. Let's actually just put it all on the folder. Or find it. Hello, what's up, Real Lone? How you doing? Yeah, let's just put this one at here for now, and then later on we'll work on the cover for it. It is what it is. Scanner blurs. All right, so this is the next.
Sure.
I'm live. What do you want?
Can you give me Moss 2 and I give you money? That's right here.
You want mosque?
Moss 2.
I can't leave. I'm live. You have to drive.
When do you think you can get that?
You're crazy if you want to wait. It's gonna be a while. I still have to do all these pages that are open. Alright. Can you shut my door, bro? Leave it open. The cat wants me. My sister wants me. Almost everybody wants. Leave me alone. No, leave me alone. Okay. This one is done for the raw version, guys. Don't be like, oh, this is so messy. It's because it's the raw version. It takes time to clean it. This is just a storyboard version. This is before the raw. I should like how this storyboard came out. But, let's go ahead and make it invisible, and then we need to scan another one. Yeah, this is the next one. What a beautiful queen named Sasha. She is here again. What a beautiful being named Sasha. She's so beautiful. Scanner on. Check. Okay, next one. Scan. So few. 14 pages. thinking, you know what? I might just make it so it's just like a panel thing. That way, like it'll feel longer. Because if I'm just giving you the pages, and I'm like that's a lot of buffer, like because I still need to build up more for you guys. So maybe what I'll do is I'll break it down to each panel. Something. Hmm. Let's see. Oops. Let's see here. So we got this one. If you guys go out, you guys got to make sure to put the table so Willow doesn't escape because we will run out.
Oh my gosh, Sasha, why are you on your back again? You can't keep doing that. Distractions. You are a heavy, no pun intended, you are a heavy distraction, Miss Giggly.
Hey, I'm live. Can you guys not do your toxic behaviors? Nah, they don't give a shit. Safa, you know you sound real bad on live right now. Stop talking. Okay. Hey, can you stop talking so loud? Hey, I'm live. I know you don't care, but you just be a little bit more respectful. Okay, does this have any dialogue? Let me check this out. No. Huh. Well, that's easy. That one's pretty much done. This is actually it's pretty dirty. It's very raw. Okay, and this. Ah, okay. So this is the. Okay, I got it. So this is actually the version. All right. All right. We're gonna keep it like that one. Okay. No problem. No problemo. That one's done then. Cool. For the raws. You know what? I think what I'm gonna do. Hold on a second. Let me see what the content is. Let's put this up to here. No. Damn, all that shit happens all on that page. Okay. I think what I'll do is I'll stop at this part of it. So I'll just do this one and 10. Okay. That's good. Okay, Doug. So we're just gonna scan another one in.
Sasha, what the heck? How can help? How come you're so beauties?
Let's go all out. Fuck it. How much more pages I got? Nuclear bitch slap. Fuck it. Let's just take it all the way. I'm thinking about it. No. The smart thing to do is give you just enough so I can keep building and not fucking drag it on next week. Okay, so then you know what? I'll stop right here then. I'll stop at the head chopping. The next time, let's see. Well, how many pages I give you now? I give you. Okay. Looks like I give you to 8 pages. This would be number 9. So 8 pages, and then next time I can give you 6, 7, 8. Perfect. Okay, that's what we're gonna do. Hell yeah. Okay. So cut the seed in half like that. Worried about that. Not worried about that one. Not worried about that one. Nope. Nope. All right, so we just need to export from the cover page all the way to page 8. Okay, here we go. File. Export multiple pages. Batch. Export. I'm just going to do a JPEG. That's all right. I'm actually going to give this a separate folder. So we're going to call this one folder. Oops, sorry guys. Cool. We're going to call this folder Nation Chapter 0. All right, we're going to save it to this one. Okay. Can we actually no? Not from page 1 to page 8. What the heck? It won't let me. Only cover page. What? Yeah. Okay, that should work. No, see, it went back to 3. Okay, no, that's not right. So I guess you have to do something. I already have it. It's okay. Okay. Export. What? We're just gonna export it like this. And make sure it's in the RAWs. Perfect. Image chapter 0 RAWs. To chapter 0 through 8. 1 through 8. It's raw. Okay, cool. So that's what I want to do. Let's select this one. I'll put this one right here. This 8. Okay. All right. Okay. What we're gonna do is
goodness. You're like a giant hippopotamus. You know that? A beautiful giant hippopotamus. But I love you. It's okay. Cool. Okay. If there's dialogue, you should be able to read it. It's a little scene. And then we'll keep doing that. Let's go ahead. Oh, what up, Luffy? We're actually uploading just a few pages right now for that unofficial release. It's a short scene. I don't want to give you guys too much while I'm still building. Oh my God, what's going on here? Get out. More? Where's create? Oh, there it is. Here's chapter 0. There's still more to it, to be honest, because it's really cut into 3 parts. Chapter 0. It's just so much story. You could think of it like what chapter 0 is like what chapter 1 is for One Piece in terms of his backstory. You see Luffy as a kid. Similar to that in terms of the backstory focus, but it isn't the present timeline focus. So the present timeline of One Piece, chapter 1 is the past, and then you see him growing up in chapter 2. Same thing here, except my chapter 1 is not called chapter 1; it's chapter 0, and it's gonna be. Let's see, the first one is 50, it's probably gonna be like 80 pages long. Maybe a little more. It's gonna be big, but I need to get this information out of the way so then I could just get you guys in the present timeline of the story. He's 16 years old. You follow him as a cloud agent and stuff like that. Okay, so select video or picture. What? Shoot. Not video files, all files. File format does not support. Try again to the file format. Huh? Oh. Okay, you know what I gotta do? I gotta do some bootleg shit. What do I gotta do? I'm just gonna upload it in my Discord. A little vault.
have to upload this stuff from my phone, I guess. Yeah, because my original chapter one Luffy was following them, following the main character, 16 years old already. I was sort of just throwing you into the middle of the situation. And when I said to Shonen Jump, with them, they said there's just so many characters, there's so much world building that it's very difficult to. The more characters you have, the more stuff you have to kind of set up and explain. It makes it really hard for like a one shot type of story. So that's why I said, you know what, I'm gonna take all those flashback scenes that I was trying to fucking cut and force into chapter one and just it was hell. I'm gonna take those out, make it its own thing. All right, so got to go. This is the secret vault right here. This is where I put all my notes, things that I find that inspire me online. Probably should have showed you all this stuff. Oh, you guys can't even see it. Oh, that's perfect. Good. Okay. Let's go over here. I'm actually gonna go over here. Docs. Go to file. Your manga would be crazy as fuck if it would be animated. Thank you, bro. It will be animated one day. I think something I could do on my own in terms of like because anime requires studio, requires money, all these things, connections, which is pretty much gate kept. Um, what I would do on my own while I keep pursuing, official publication with with Jump and their equivalent and getting an anime, doing that whole deal. I'll probably release. I'll make a colored comic animated version where it's just like a GIF. Each panel is a GIF. Maybe they'll slightly move or something, and we'll have voice acting incorporated with it, and it'll be like a panel by panel video, and it'll feel like a animated comic, but not like complete motion. Just enough to kind of break the staticness of the images. So that's an idea I'm shooting around. So, oh yeah, I have to upload this. Is there? So, Demon Nation, Chapter 0, Raw. Pages 1 through 8. And they're not going to be the prettiest pages. I'm already expecting people to be like, why is it so messy? It's a fucking Raw. Dude, it's unedited, homie. If anybody says that, you might get a visit from me. Just saying. I might have to pull up. But it's so messy. You'll hear knocking on the door. There, it's me. What you mean it's messy? I'm about to mess your face up. Okay. So now you go on my phone. And we go. Shut up. To the TikTok. The very TikTok. Where's Discord at? Okay, now we're uploading it. Here we go. Oh, it's on my face. Cooked. So here. What inspired you to make your manga, dude? That's a good question. I would say Shonen Jump, big three, especially One Piece growing up. And I was really into conspiracy theories growing up and Men in Black. And when I started to look into the Men in Black conspiracy theory, and I realized, like, oh, wait a second, this is not just a fictional movie. Like, apparently, there's real accounts of Men in Black, and there's like, so I entertained this idea of a secret world government, these Men in Black people, and I from there I saw noticed One Piece had pirates, Naruto had ninjas, Bleach had samurai, Reaper, Shinigami guys, and I said, well, what the hell is my thing? Because I've been always drawing and writing and playing RPGs like Final Fantasy as a kid and Coden, all these different games growing up, and I've always been attracted to the epic storytelling style of those kinds of games. And when I saw One Piece and Naruto and all these guys, that there was an animated version of those things, stories, and I was like, what? I think that's what made me so attracted to like making manga because it was just like one person doing it instead of having a whole squad. It's like you're full control pretty much. So it's several things, but that's sort of how it happened. Next, oh no, we're not gonna do that song. Put some music. Manga. See what comes up. You gotta get the fuck out of here. Let's see. Okay, we're gonna put ominous. Ominous. Something ominous. Yeah, I do like that. Cool. Start it over here. Actually, let's go ahead. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do an auto cut version. Share it as a story. Oh shit! Okay. Hey ChatGPT, I need you to write a title for me. It has to be Demonation, unofficial release, pages 1 through 8. Also, add the hashtags. Um, shit, I don't know. Hey, awesome to hear. Thank you, Kent William. That's an old comment. I appreciate you though for letting me know. Um, Hashtags do I need to use? Because I always suck at hashtags, bro. I have to look at that stupid creator insight shit. Creator insight. No, I don't know. Here. Creator insight. Okay. Ottoman manga. What the hell? Okay. Manga recommendation. Isekai. No. Realism. Nope. Anime language. The anime you'd bring to life. I don't know about that. Give me something that I can actually use. 3-8 manga. What the hell Gosh. Gotta have comic with the best world building. Okay. Okay. And then looks gay. Overpowered manga trending. What the fuck about this? Webtoon, of course. Webtoon. I'm seeing the world building. How'd they find out it was world building?
What if every time you broke the law, no matter how small?
Nope. Irrelevant.
One Piece.
Anime tower, One Piece tower, anime world building. Okay, so that's the hashtag. Okay. Anime world building, anime manga world building, comic world building. Okay, I need you to make the hashtags relevant. Also, try to incorporate anime world building hashtag, maybe something like shonen. So I don't know. You figure it out, bro. You're the fucking genie in a bottle, so fucking do it. GPT gonna do it. Bye bye. Oh, okay. Oh yeah. Make sure it's under 100 characters. I, I like that. Uh, you forgot to add chapter 0 after demonation. You also need to put pages before 1 through 8. Now make it under 100 characters. Gotcha. That's it right there. That's it right there. That's it right there. Actually, put anime world building instead of anime world. Wait. Put anime world building instead of world building. Put anime world building instead of world building. And take off hashtag anime. Got her. Got it. Does this say unofficial? Let's just say raw. Yeah. That's me right there, hello. And how do you get the story? What the hell? Hashtag on. There's one page that's blank, which doesn't really matter, so I'm just going to include it. And then there's a double spread, so that counts as 2. So let's see. That's it. Okay. We'll post it. Boom. Let's do the same thing. Go ahead and go like that. Yeah. Go ahead and go like that. No, that's not what I'm trying to do. Go ahead. Go ahead. Right. I don't give a shit. Okay, we're good. We're good. Just go. This one. I don't like that it cuts it off. What the hell? How do I make this one? This one I want it to square, I guess. What the hell? They put it twice, I guess so. Okay, so that one's cool. I'll just see a little bit. It's a screenshot. Stupid Instagram, bro. They don't just let you see the whole image. Like, why you guys do that? Unless I'm doing something wrong. Next, full screen. This one pisses me off. It really pisses me off. What the fucking shit? Oh wait, just hit next and it'll do for you. Okay. Okay. Ugh. What's the power system gonna be like? Actually, bro, I've made a whole entire page for you guys so you can understand a little bit about the power system. I'll pull it up right here for you. Demoverse. Okay. Share. So the power system is called the Ghost Trinity Arts System. And basically, every soul emits spiritual aura. And that spiritual aura at its weakest level is something called ghost aura. Uh, Ghost aura, once it becomes really dense, becomes spirit aura. And spirit aura can come into three forms. That is creator, destroyer, or preserver aura, right? And these three types of ghost auras, creator, destroyer, preserver, are known as the ghost trinity, right? And depending on your soul's ratio between these three, right? So let's say you're 50% destruction or destroyer, 50% preserver, and 0% creation, right? Creator aura. then that determines the types of moves you can access and combine with your soul's unique calling, which is sort of like an elemental or non-elemental power, right? So let me show you. Where is it at? It's at the pitch work. We're here. We're looking at G. Let's see if I can show you guys. So here's the sample. I don't know if you should. Luffy, seem pretty interested, so I recommend you checking out my pitch book I put up on TikTok. Here's an example of some of it. Unfortunately, I'm trying to this so you can see. This is uh, Luffy right here. I don't know if you see him, my boy Luffy. So Demonation, just like One Piece, Demonation takes place in a vast story world full of lore, adventure, fighting oppression, challenging discrimination, and searching for liberation. There's a fragile balance of power between de facto and official rulers of the world that is ever changing. It's similar to Hunter x Hunter. This is me drawing Hunter x Hunter in my style. Human Nation has a unique power system with its own set of checks and balances, similar to the NEN system that is beloved to several generations of fans. It's complex, and deadly characters take on challenging strategic fights. And lastly, the aesthetic and the world situation we find in Domination is similar to the Men in Black universe, except instead of keeping the lid on aliens, it's fairy tales who blend into society. Don't know how Viz just completely ignored me, by the way. Doesn't make sense, because go look at the things they've chosen. It's all fucking trash. Like what I just showed you takes out everything they own from their original line. Embarrassing. Anyways, here. Let's see here. Okay, here it is. So the power system has two forms. There's a spiritual power system, and then there's a physical power system, which I will get into. So let me see how to pull this up for you guys. Let's do it like this. And what I'll do is I'll show this one, the top screen, this bottom one, replace, presentation, show slides PDF or other documents. Replace screen share. Can't show two. Oh, you can only screen share one thing at a time. Oh, okay, it's all right. It's all right. So this is one. This is the physical power system of the story, basically, and it gives you sort of other aspects of it, but it's this. This is the main thing you should know about those is spiritual version. So, hey, what's up, Uni? I'm still here. Yes. Can you see it, Luffy? This is the best I can do. Wish I could just flip it or something. It's not going to rotate it. It's too dangerous. Rotate up here. There we go. And then if I do full screen, you should be able to see the whole thing. Kind of. Yeah, that works. So this is the Ghost Arts Trinity system, Demonation, and essentially, how I break it down is that you got ghost aura, you got spirit aura, and you got a soul. And your soul has a unique makeup of these three energies. Here, these three types of auras: creation, destruction, and preservation. Depending on the ratio, or something called your Trinity percent. Zoom in right here. Oh, yeah, I can show you like this. You know what? Let's do it this time. Actually, put it up to that. So here's the power system. Oh, okay. So here we can start now. Remnant ghostly energy from a character's spirit. A character spirit. This is the least dense and most basic form of spiritual power, right? Then you got spirit aura. The densest energy emerges from the core of the character's soul. It can be unlocked when a character pushes beyond their limits. This energy manifests as creator, destroyer, or preserver aura, collectively known as the Ghost Trinity. Tell me if I lose you, okay? So far makes sense. Okay. And lastly, character's true self, source, and power are contained within their soul. Every soul has a unique ability called a calling. So you can think about that like as devil fruits, except without the curse of the ocean, right? That reflects the user's personality. This calling can be combined with ghost arts to create original attacks. Okay, so it's twofold. Let's give you a simple example. Let's say you have a character like Fujitora, right? Fujitora is the ice guy, right? Yeah, I think so. No, Fujitora is the gravity guy? Fuck me, I don't remember. Luffy, is Fujitora the ice guy or the gravity guy? I think it's, am I tripping? Yeah, I think it is the ice guy, the ice admiral. If you can let me know, that'd be great. Okay, so basically, imagine a character with an ice calling. Okay, depending on their soul's ratio between creator. YH, what does YH stand for? You hot? What does YH stand for? There we go. Cool. So that's a soul, just a simple version or idea of a soul. Simple. Depending on what percentage of creator aura in here, destroyer aura, out of 100%, depending on that rate, it determines the level of attacks you can do of ghost arts, right? So you got low caliber ghost arts, which is because this person, his soul is really low. Oh, damn it. So I have to zoom more and more. Which is sort of the gravity guy. Okay, sure. Let's say there's a guy with a gravity calling and demonation. But one guy has a gravity calling with the percentages of 50% creator aura, 50% destroyer aura, and 30% destroyer aura, and 20% preserver aura. Okay? What that would mean is that because he's lowest in preserver, he would have low caliber access to ghost arts, right? Mid caliber because of destroyer is the second highest, and then high caliber because creator is the highest in this guy's trinity percentage, his soul's trinity percentage. So what ends up happening is, you see, if I zoom out, we're gonna go, let's see, since he's highest in creation, so we're gonna go over here. See where it says creator ghost arts? So what this person can do if they were low caliber here is just a few options that they can do, right? This is not even related to their calling. So imagine this person has a gravity calling, okay? And this is just the ghost arts, not combining it with his calling, which you can do if you become really proficient. But what you have right here is abstract. He can create abstractions with his aura. He can create healing with his aura. And he can create after images with his aura. If he's high or low in creator ghost aura arts. If he's low in creator aura, right? If his percentage of his soul is low, if his makeup is low in creator aura. Then you have a mid caliber. So mid caliber, if you're mid caliber in creator, which this guy, he's already high, so he could do all of these. He trains a little bit. He can shapeshift himself. He can reform, which means he can literally reform his limbs. Yeah, and he can generate creatures, ghost aura creatures, right? Because he's high in creator aura. He's creative, right? His soul is high in creator aura. Then we go to high caliber. How does high caliber work? Here's a simple example of high caliber aura. A high caliber ghost art, creator art that he can do. He can create a doppelganger. What is a doppelganger? It's not just like a basic clone. Actually, it's a flesh and blood version of yourself that is not split from your energy. It is like duplicating yourself without losing anything. That is what doppelganger is. Regenerate. We're talking cell from Dragon Ball Z level regeneration here to the microscope level to the atomic level, right? But this all depends if you train. You have to train, of course. You can't just be high. Oh, I have the potential to learn how to regenerate because my soul's super high in creator aura, right? But that doesn't mean you're just going to regenerate. You actually need to train. Like, you know what that means? That training looks horrible because you pretty much gonna fucking lose your limbs. You got to lose limbs and shit to be able to practice regenerating. You know what I'm saying? So that's regenerate aura. And whenever you see in the comic this icon of this lizard, the plus sign, you're gonna recognize like. So here's something with One Piece. Unfortunately, they have an issue where it's hard to tell when a character is using certain kinds of hockey sometimes. And back then, when they had before the retcons, you couldn't really tell if they were using hockey or not looking back, right? And there's a lot of things where they didn't have the fist being black for hockey, right? So back then, sometimes it was just like a regular, and it just assumed he was using it. So there's things like that. So for me, I wanted to give every single archetype of a move a icon, some kind of icon to make it distinct for you guys, so it's easier to understand. This is also going to play into when it becomes a card game. So when we see here materialize, right? This is another one. This is dirty. So in the story, there's a civilization of genies. Okay, imagine a civilization of genies, bro. That these guys, very, very much huge threat to the system. But so that's why they had to get nerfed. The Cloud made sure over generations to nerf the genie kingdom, right? And make sure that they only use pretty much. They created these devices it's called lamp tech, and instead of learning the old ways of the genie, that these guys, what they would do is they can go to this lamp technology thing, and it's like specifically designed, let's say, for Lamborghinis, right? For example. And instead of the genie doing the hard work of memorizing what makes up a Lamborghini and really being in tune with that, right? Or, there's another way to for genies, but they kind of lost access to it. But there's a way for them to sort of connect with the material reality, so they can do anything. But that's something that's been forgotten. It's very rare. It's sort of like their version of enlightenment. You know what I'm saying? Like a genie who can pretty much do what you expect a genie to do, which is give you any material wish you want. That's actually something that they have to earn. They can't just do that in the story, right? So that they used to, but they lost because they were nerfed and they stopped practicing and they were not in tune with nature as much as they used to be. But you see here is materialized. So this is something that they can do if they're high and create a ghost aura. But genies can actually do this as well because of their instinct. They have an instinct to do that. They can materialize pretty much whatever they want if they're trained in it. So there's the creator ghost aura. This guy being high, if he were to combine gravity calling, his gravity power with an after image, if he were to combine gravity healing, gravity abstract, gravity shapeshifting, gravity reforming, gravity generating, he can do a lot of different moves that become very distinct to his calling and his style, right? So that's how it all opens up. Creators have an advantage over preservers, while they have a weakness towards destroyers. Destroyers, they can do shit like this. They can become non-physical, phase through matter. So that's their version of an after image. Nullify. They can literally nullify your attack using this ghost art. It's a low caliber ghost art to negate it. If they're strong enough, if they're high level, they can do it to powerful attacks. Decay. They can cause things to weaken and decay. Right? If they're really high, they can literally do what that guy from My Hero Academia can do. That makes people like decay and die and turn to dust. If they're really high in destruction, they can train to make decay super OP like that. They can deconstruct things. They can project themselves out of their body. They can become invisible. This is destroyer type, so you can see how that will play a role in terms of being a secret agent, how that's going to be useful. And in terms of this cloud government that I was telling you about, how they're going to look at the teams they're making based off of your soul's Trinity percent. Bro, the villains. There's one guy. I could tell you this. You know what? Because this is way later, but I can tell you this. There's a guy. His name is Ivan Helsing. He's the Don of the Helsing Mafia, the Hunter Mafia. I'm just going to say that he takes, because he has a telekinesis calling, right? What he does is he literally grabs the freaking moon with his telekinesis and hurls it at somebody. That's all I'm gonna say, bro. It's devastating. One Piece, unfortunately, bro. One Piece is like, this is more closer to Dragon Ball Z law. This is more closer to Dragon Ball Z, this series, and towards the end of it, it gets closer to Dragon Ball Super. In the beginning, it's like One Piece, I would say. And I would say where One Piece is currently at, with Joy Boy, with what the hell's his name, fucking Kaido, with the light dude, the Gorosei demon shit. Like where they're at in terms of power level, I would say that's like part 2 of my story. Part 3 is even stronger than that. It goes beyond that. So they get really strong in the beginning, though. I don't oversaturate it, right? I actually enjoy when my characters are not super OP and they actually have challenge and the villains are very scary. There's a guy in the story. His name is Scarm. This guy is he's such a menace to society, Luffy. He has a teleportation calling. Right? It's also an instinct, by the way. Elves have the instinct of teleportation, but we're not going to get into that. He's also an elf, but he also has a calling of teleportation. So he's really OP with teleportation. And Scarm, pretty much, he stole this body from this elf guy, right? this ancient elf doctor guy who memorized so many different types of bodies to heal people. That's his thing. But he got manipulated by the soul merchant Scarm into pretty much selling his soul. And Scarm takes over his body, holds his soul to keep his calling, and Scarm pretty much uses his body since that time. He's been using it, and what he's been doing to stay alive through so many thousands to keep the body fresh is he's been teleporting organs of people he's like had physical touch with. Like if he touches you once with his hands, he can teleport your heart out of your chest if you wanted to. And what he does is he's got a fucked up network of innocent people that he's touched. They have no idea. He could have maybe just like passed by them in the crowd, touched them. He could have done this and that, touch. You know what I'm saying? They have no idea. They could just be out with their kids playing soccer. And then all of a sudden they drop dead because Scarm needed a new kidney. He needed a new organ. He needed a new whatever. Right? So he has this fucking disgusting network of innocent people that he just steals the organs from to replace and does his teleportation surgery on himself. Really fucked up series, but it's lovely. Let's see here. This guy becomes a menace. You're gonna hate Scarm, I'll tell you that much. Let's see what we got. We got some more stuff. So, Wormhole. Ooh, these guys. So when you're high in destruction, that means you can do high caliber destruction moves. Here's some simple examples of what it looks like. These are not, once again, these are not all of them. I only chose 3 for each caliber so I can explain a simple way. Of course, Viz is blind and they don't understand. It's all right. You gotta help them. Wormhole. Right here. Yeah, bro. I'm literally showing you the future of power systems. Wormhole. So Wormhole is exactly what you think it is. These motherfuckers can create wormholes. They can rip space-time fabric. Curse, yes, they can create a curse. This is fucked up. There's a guy who has a memory calling. Not only can he alter your genetic memory to create diseases, he can actually do that on a whole civilization. This fool is so strong. He is one of the 4 generals of the cloud, the entire cloud. So he's really OP, really manipulative. You will learn about him. His name is Sephor. You'll learn about him. He's the uncle of one of the main characters. But we're not going to get into that. He does this thing. For example, he does a memory curse on someone using his memory calling with the ability to do curses because he's high in destruction. He combines these two to create this memory loop curse, and he basically has like people trapped in a loop for the rest of their lives, and he kind of programs them essentially to do certain things. So he'll have like this one guy he trapped in a memory loop in the story, who's this really OP fairy tale terrorist guy named Zakum. And Zakum, he ends up disappearing and nobody knows what the hell happened to him. And it turns out it's because he's been in a memory loop curse for like the past, I don't know how long, how many years. And he's just been doing this person's bidding without realizing he's doing that person's bidding. Another curse. I can't tell you who does this curse, but there's a curse where literally time around these 3 islands located on the Dead Triangle, the world map of the New World. These 3 islands each got time curses on them after a certain event. During the creation of the Dead Triangle in the story, it affected their landscape. One island, time froze still. So on this certain island, time no longer fucking works. It's frozen. So people that are living there, unfortunately, they have to survive off of whatever there is there at that time, right? And everything is just stuck in time. Living things are not. Let's make that clear. Living things, they're not frozen in time. They're living, right? So, but the livestock, the life thing aspect of the resources is frozen. And another island, time was doubled, right? So time was sped up, and on another island, they were just ripped out of space-time fabric. So there's a whole thing where curses, where they actually have a huge effect on not just individuals, it actually has an effect on the landscape itself too. So curses can be very powerful. And then of course obliterate, just kind of straight up destructive obliteration. obliteration, just complete obliteration. This is how you can get over people who can just keep regenerating. If you obliterate them, there's no more regeneration. Sorry. So this is the level of things it can do. And then we got the Preserver Ghost Arts. I have a feeling, Luffy, you're high, your soul's high in Preserver Aura. So what this is, low caliber wise, they can do acceleration, which is pretty much accelerating their muscle growth using the Ghost Aura to rip their muscle fibers. And then they can do something called zoning, which allows them to locate anyone or any living things, to know certain things within a range just by standing where they are. So they can know the whole area and what's around and what's here. And however highly trained they are in zoning, it'll allow them to really locate and pinpoint precision what the hell is around them. So that's a useful skill. Ripple, right? That could create they can make the ground ripple, sort of how Luffy, when he's in Joy Boy mode, he can create the ground to make it like bubbly or whatever. They can actually create it to be rippled, and they can actually. No, it's not that they. I don't. It's not. It's like a mini quake. It's not that they can like go and become water and go and do that shit. That's not what happens. Not like that guy from Boku no Hero who's like a ghost power where he can like float down or something and he can go through underground. I forgot his name. Then you have things like Shockwave, right? Shockwave. So you're seeing Aura Blast Shockwave that's going in all directions. You have Barrier that create an ultimate barrier, right? That can protect you from a lot of stuff. Augmentation, so they could just augment their own attack that they're doing. They could make it very concentrated, strengthening it using their Ghost Aura. Matter bending, literally bending matter. These are high caliber. We're talking. This is mid caliber. This is low caliber over here. Mid caliber, high caliber. So we can bend matter, right? They can have something called invincibility. This thing, this right here, invincibility. Right? This is their way of having an absolutely impenetrable defense. They become invincible. If you hit them when they're invincible, you might break your arm, right? So it's a momentary invincibility that they can have, and they can actually prolong it depending on how focused and trained they are. So this is very annoying to deal with. Then you have, of course, straight up earthquake. They can literally cause earthquake. And of course, there's additional ghost arts we did not talk about. There's a lot. There's a whole list I made. Oh, sheer, buddy. I've been explaining and explaining. Yes, so the way it works is destroyers are weak against preservers. Preservers are weak against creators. Creators are weak against destroyers. And they each are, creators are strong against the preservers. Preservers strong against destroyers. Destroyers strong against creators. The reason it's set up like that is because creator ghost arts. I can't zoom in. So this is creator. I'm just gonna read to you what it says, really. I'm so sorry. I hate the zooming in, zooming out. So creator ghost arts dominate preservers with regenerative and creative abilities, overwhelming them with innovative techniques. However, creators struggle against destroyers who can nullify them with unforgiving ghost techniques. Destroyers crush creators with obliterative powers, eliminating them with sheer force. Still, destroyers can be bested by preservers who rely on unrelenting defensive techniques to outlast and counterattack. And then lastly, we have Preserver Ghost Aura, Ghost Arts. Preserver Ghost Arts outmatch destroyers through invincibility and repulsion abilities, deflecting even the most devastating attacks. Yet, they are susceptible to creators who use unpredictable ghost arts to grind them down. It's too much. It's too much. It's too much. It's too much. here, this is the other continued power system. So this is the continuation of it right here. So what we went through was the Trinity Ghost system, which is like, trying to think of an example. I can't think of an example. The Ghost Trinity system is kind of like the NEN system, except less complicated. It's basically rock, paper, scissors, but creation, destruction, preservation. Each knowing their own moves, and depending on their soul's Trinity percent, if they have a little bit of the other of their weakness, they might be able to learn some moves from their weakness or from their opponent. Their own weakness is a weakness. So like they can learn a destructive move against a preserver type if their soul has some percentage in destruction, and that might be useful enough to shift the battle. And when they combine that with their calling, right, the shenanigans go more and more. And it even goes too far. If somebody has the exact same soul's Trinity percent, let's say they're exactly creation, destruction, preservation, exact same, two individuals, let's say it's like that. They still, and even the same calling, let's say they both have an ice calling, right? They can still learn different moves. They can still end up different because it depends on what they want to focus on. So that's important to keep in mind. Callings, I went into callings. Callings are supernatural and unique powers that emerge from a character's soul, reflecting their essence and purpose. Lore notes, characters can share similar callings and Trinity percents, but their fighting styles vary based on the ghost arts that they master. Okay, so that's callings, has to do with the soul's unique power. Then we have something called astras, which I'm not going to get into all these ones over here, but I'm just going to tell you what they are. Then we have spirit stanum, which has to do with like spirit ore, sort of like when you go mining. This creator stanum, destroyer stanum, preserver stanum, 3 types of ghost auras. There's a crystallized version of that, which they can make technology from. And then you have a way to kind of hack the Ghost Trinity art system I told you about. Instead of being so reliant on your soul's Trinity percent, some people just say, fuck all that shit. There's a spirit tech version of it. There's a weaponized version of it, depending on the spirit stanum that you mine and you create technologies from and weapons from. So, for example, they can create something called null nags, or they can create something like healing gloves or barrier vests, and they each are sort of, they have a highlighted kind of ghost aura that they represent, right? So these are all moves, right? Nullification, that's an item as well. But this is one-time use. So there's a limitation to it. So you can imagine someone who's like got no calling, who's got no access to ghost arts, he can still be a threat if he's got the right technology and he knows how to use it. So Batman can actually pose a threat in this world if he knows how to do tech. Everything in Demonation is built on top of the Ghost Trinity system. Its influence permeates the entire story world. Instincts are inherited abilities. So instincts, like I told you, genies can materialize. I know I'm talking about this. I need to show this. Genies can materialize, create material objects using ghost aura. Fairies minimize. Dragons can create illusions. Right? See, these are all actual ghost arts, but they can do it because of their DNA. So there's something that happened to their ancestor that really gave them a shortcut to these ghost arts for some reason, which I can't get into. And this is something to do with the story I told you a little bit last time. Humans have the instinct called inheritance, and it's the exclusive human ability to make hybrid children with fairy tales. And then this kind of this part continuing on that's cut off for you guys on YouTube. I'm sorry. This part goes into what happens when you mix humans and fairy tales, and what powers do they, what instincts do they retain, and shit like that. And then it talks about how a new species is created by the fourth generation. Like an example I give. Please cooperate. Okay, so a dragon and a human had a baby. It created a dragon human. Okay, that means he has both the instinct of inheritance and illusion. He can immediately do this stuff. It doesn't matter about his soul's trinity percentage. He can do it because his body has these things memorized. So let's say that guy has a baby. The second generation. I'm sorry, can I go further? Yeah. They will both have that power, but by the third generation, they won't be able to make any more hybrid kids. So they won't have the human instinct of inheritance anymore. And essentially, what this shows in the end, I can show you, is that by the fourth generation, there's a new species. And it says here, Va, it's vampire. The rest of it is showing like an icon of a vampire. So this is how it works. And then lastly, for the power system is instincts of abilities and creatures and entities. So there's obviously things that are like more bestial or celestial. So Leviathans, they're like these mindless beasts, creatures of pure destructions. Creature instincts match their trinity nature. So creatures, a lot of time, they'll have like a nature that aligns them towards creation, destruction, or preservation. Leviathans, they're creatures of pure destruction. So that means that they are going to have access to some crazy ghost arts. And one instinctual power they have is called Devour. So this is the instinct of Devour that they have. It's a terrifying ability to consume souls. That's what Leviathans can do. Concealment. This is a soul merchant offering a contract right here. His hand. So it says here, concealment is visible only to those who they desire to interact with. And then another ghost art they can do is called soul contract, which is the ability to form contractual soul agreements. Lastly, we have heralds. Kind of give as an example, but it's wonderful. I love when it doesn't cooperate with everything. So heralds, these are entities also in the story. They have something called discernment, instinct of discernment. What that means is that they have the ability to see through all lies and see the true intentions. Also have another ability called cleanse, which means they have the ability to remove curses and negative effects, sort of like exorcism kind of ability, basically. The Nen exorcists in Hunter x Hunter, something like that. They can remove a curse using that. Wonderful. I talked so much today. I think we got to end this, guys. I feel like I'm just rambling to the wall. I'll see you guys, okay? Have a good one. I appreciate everybody tuning in. I know it was a lot of info, but it's a lot of story. So, to share with y'all, I'm going to keep posting the unofficial release of the pages that I sent already to TikTok and Instagram. I got to post on the rest, so you'll be seeing it wherever you follow me. You'll see a post of some pages that you can actually read. Once again, the art is not going to be the cleanest. It's the raw, unofficial release. Okay. But later, guys, I thank you all for joining. It's a pleasure to talk to y'all and to share this very, very